It's official, folks. The biggest free agent domino has officially fallen this year, and Sam Darnold is signing a 3-year deal with the Seattle Seahawks to become their starting quarterback. Now, we know the Seahawks have been active in the last few days, trading away DK Metcalf for a second rounder, trading away Geno Smith for a third rounder, but ultimately they are settling in with their future of their franchise in Sam Darnold as their starting quarterback. They're signing him for $55 million guaranteed and a little over $100 million during his time in Seattle. What's interesting about this contract is the only $55 million that are guaranteed to Darnold during his time in Seattle. This means that the Seahawks aren't necessarily tied to this guy long term and ultimately could be looking for a guy in the draft as well. We know the Seahawks have a ton of draft capital and now have some holes at wide receiver with the departure of Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf being gone. Ultimately, though, this Seattle team is in a different position than they were even a week ago, and we're going to break down how Sam Darnold can potentially help this Seahawks team and where this move might not be the best move for the Seattle Seahawks. Let's break it down right now. In the first play we're going to break down, this is just an example of kind of where Sam Darnold was as a football player during his time under Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota. He played confidently. He understood where to go in the pocket a majority of the time. Now, he kind of fell apart against the Rams a little bit, but ultimately he had good pocket presence. He had really good accuracy on a lot of throws, and he also had a great receiver in Justin Jefferson that ultimately helped him out a lot. This is a great play of Sam Darnold, understanding the coverage, making a good read, and then throwing an absolute dime to Justin Jefferson over the top. As you guys can see right here, Darnold is going to be under center on this play. It's going to be a small little play action look. He has a little bit of pressure coming off the edge right here. He has to step up into the pocket. Ultimately, in this situation, he has two guys with Justin Jefferson over the top. He decides to let it rip, completely out throws the coverage, and Jefferson is going to be able to walk in for a 97-yard touchdown after making one nice cut right there. And that's what you get with Sam Darnold. You get these big type of shot plays because he is an accurate quarterback. He does understand the pocket, and he can make these type of splash plays that you look for as your in your starting quarterback. Another example of a play where Sam Darnold absolutely throws a beautiful ball right here, and he has some pressure in front of him too, so he makes an impressive throw considering that as well. And this is the accuracy that I talk about that you get when Sam Darnold is playing confidently in an offense. You see here we're at a shotgun set. It's going to be a nice little, Justin Jefferson going on the outside. Whenever you have Jettas against a corner, you feel pretty confident. To be honest, I think JSN is to that level in the slot. He was very good in the slot last year for the Seahawks, and he gets open on a lot of these routes. And when he has a little bit of that separation, Darnold can step up in the pocket, make an elite throw just like that in super tight coverage. And that's what you get with Sam Darnold. Justin Jefferson's obviously excited because his quarterback just threw him an absolute dot here. I mean, you look at the separation right here. Fits this just enough over the defender's head. And it's not even like Jefferson completely beats him that much. I mean, he's right on his hip right here. And Darnold throws Jefferson just enough open to where the Minnesota Vikings can get a big touchdown play right here. Darnold isn't just straight pocket passer by any means. This guy can move around in the pocket and make plays. Here's a great example when the Vikings were playing the Atlanta Falcons. This play wound up turning into a meme because Justin Jefferson absolutely abused a corner on this play. But Darnold is going to face some pressure here. At this point, right, not every quarterback in the league is getting out of this situation. Darnold's presence within the pocket allows him to step up, slide to the right, and make a play here when it looks like this is an absolutely busted play with his offensive lineman completely screwing him over. Darnold is going to step up, slide to the right. He's going to look down the field, and as you can see at this point, all the way down the field close to the 20, Jay Jettas is wide open, and ultimately that's what you want to see out of your quarterback. Find a way, improvise just enough, make a play, get it to your star receiver, let him go for a walk-in touchdown and hit the gritty while he's at it. And then another underrated part of Sam Darnold's game is finding a way to escape the pocket, make a play with his legs. This play is 3rd and 3. His left tackle, Darrisaw, gets completely beat on this play. Darnold's able to, make a nice spin move here, even with Devondre Campbell, I believe that is, being a quarterback spy on this play, or he's just sitting in a soft zone, isn't able to catch Darnold, and Darnold's ultimately going to be able to make a good play with his legs, something that you really don't expect from him a lot. Campbell gets lost in the shuffle. Bosa's left to chase him. Darnold's left to make a play there. getting a first down with his legs. And I mean, that's the type of thing you want to see at your quarterback. You want to see the improvisation to be able to throw the ball down the field, not just completely look to run all the time, but he can also run as well, extending the sticks with his legs. While I do credit Darnold for being accurate, able to improvise, make some plays down the field, or use his legs, he does struggle processing the field, and that is his biggest downfall as a quarterback, and ultimately why he did not succeed in his time in New York. Now look at this play here. We all know this, where he gets a safety on this play, but Darnold needs to get the ball out. He needs to understand the situation, but ultimately he winds up taking a sack and costing his team points here. At this point, right, he's looking. His first option's not open. He's got a check down right over here with Aaron Jones. He's waiting, holding the ball, and just gets sacked. That's inexcusable at this point to get sacked in the end zone with that much time in the pocket. We're going to roll it back just one more time. At this point, clean pocket, clean pocket, clean pocket, clean pocket. That's a 4 count of a clean pocket for Sam Darnold to be able to process the field, get the ball out of his hands, and make a play. Ultimately, he holds onto the ball too long, waiting for something to open up, and forces his team into a safety, which is not ideal by any means. Here's another play where Sam Darnold's indecisiveness costs his team another sack as a result. Here we go. Darnold is going to face a little bit extra pressure here from the middle of the defense, and you know, it's on a stunt right here. At this point, he's had 2 seconds to stand in the pocket, read the field. Check down here, check down there. Over the middle of the field, you basically have 2 or 3 options that'll be open just based on reading these linebackers. Darnold pumps. He has Addison underneath wide open when he pumps. He sees this defender, holds onto the ball, tries to make another play because he sees it too late, and then he gets sacked for a loss of 9. Then it becomes 3rd and 19, not 2nd and 10. Another reason why Sam Darnold's decision-making has cost him and his team some big-time games. All right, here's the final play of our Sam Darnold breakdown, and this is a play where, once again, he is trying to extend it, but it goes the complete wrong way as Darnold faces a zone coverage and tries to force the ball to make a play. Ultimately, this is the game after where the Rams sacked him a bunch. The Colts got after him early. It's 3rd and 3. Darnold is trying to make a play in the red zone here, and he tries to do too much, right? The pocket is clean right here. He has a play potentially with Addison. It'd be close if he throws that right now. He tries to hold it a little bit longer. Hawkinson is freeing up over the middle if he could have held it for one more second, but he does face pressure, evades the pressure. He sees Hawkinson right here. He has a defender in front of him and a defender behind him. Darnold throws this ball right to the linebacker. Right to the linebacker. I mean, making a play like that on 3rd and 3 when you have points on the board in a 1-score game is definitely a decision that probably you shouldn't be making, and that's where Sam Darnold gets himself in trouble sometimes after facing some pressure. And Sam Darnold, yes, he's a controversial quarterback. That is very true. He has his strengths. He's an accurate thrower. He is an improviser, but it's the sacks and the interceptions that when he tries to do too much and doesn't process the field necessarily well, that get Darnold in trouble and what makes people think he's not worth the investment. Ultimately, though, what the Seahawks got him at with the $55 million guarantee, I think there's not a ton of risk with this contract, and I ultimately think it's a good move for a team that's kind of caught in the middle, that traded away 2 of their better players on their roster for draft picks, but have a roster that went 10-7 last season. So I think getting a guy like Darnold keeps that window open for this roster, but it also says, hey, we're not afraid to potentially use some of our draft capital to go draft a quarterback that we like. And Darnold's in a similar situation to where he was last season. And it's not like Darnold doesn't have pieces in Seattle to succeed. JSN was a breakout player for the team last year and is a really good slot receiver. Kenneth Walker, a very explosive running back who might be in an expanded role and truly have a breakout season. And then you have Zach Charbonnet as another piece in there as well. What the Seahawks don't have is the offensive line that Darnold was gifted in Minnesota. This is closer to what he had on the Jets versus what they had in Minnesota, as the Seahawks offensive line has not been a good unit in a long time in terms of pass blocking. What he does have is a good tackle in Charles Cross. Outside of that, though, the Seahawks need to make more upgrades if they want to get Darnold to where he was in Minnesota and be that type of player. All in all, though, I think this is a overall good move for the Seattle Seahawks, and it will help them kind of figure out where they want to go ahead without feeling the pressure of not having a steady quarterback at the helm for the next 3 seasons. If you guys are interested, check out the video on the Chiefs' underrated left tackle signing that just dropped today as well. For more free agent news and free agent content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys next time.